Hello guys, welcome back to another Genshin video. So Arataki Itto's banner and the new weapon banner coming out very soon has been released by Mihoyo. Everything is now confirmed. So I'm gonna go over all the characters in the Itto banner and all the weapons in the new weapon banner. And tell you how good all these banners actually are. So let's go on to the first thing and probably the most important thing for most people. The Arataki Itto banner is gonna have the 4 stars of Xiangling, Goro, and Barbara. Now, if you already don't know, Xiangling is absolutely cracked. She's one of the best 4 stars in the entire game. The Pyro Tornado does so much damage, it procs Pyro every time it hits a character, and she's just so good and has so many free-to-play options as well. And if we go down to her constellations, all of the constellations are basically just pure upgrades. Like, all of these constellations are just really good. The only one I'd say is not as good is the second constellation, unless you're wanting a main DPS Xiangling, which can be pretty fun. So this is already a great start to the Arataki Itto banner, cause her Pyro Tornado is insane, there's so much power damage, and she can utilize the catch super good. Now the next character we're going to talk about is Goro. Now Goro is going to be absolutely cracked for Geo teams. He will increase defense, increase resistance to interruption, and give a Geo damage bonus based on how many characters are in the team. Now, if you haven't seen what his constellations do, I do advise you go check out another video that I do have his constellations, because I don't have all the information on me right now, but I do know that his constellations are really, really good. I remember one of his constellations is where his elemental skill will also heal the people inside of his field based on his defense. And then his 6th constellation was actually he'll give more crit damage based on how many Geo characters are in the party as well. I think it was like 15%, 25%, and then 40%. I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but that crit damage is going to help so much. He's going to be absolutely great for Geo teams, and he's just going to get even better and better the more Geo characters come out in Genshin Impact. If you use Geo a lot, he's going to be helpful for you so much, and I might just want the banner just to try to get at least one copy of Goro. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Barbara. You already know, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a Barbara constellation from this banner, okay? Now, Barbara, I honestly think she's pretty good. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I do enjoy myself some Barbara. But Barbara constellations are not needed. She plays the exact same way at Constellation 0 through Constellation 6. And a Constellation 6, it sounds pretty good, which he can revive a character if they get down, but it can only happen every 15 minutes, so that is a big downside to her. And also, when you use her elemental skill to heal yourself, if you face any enemies that have cryo on them, they'll just freeze you over and over and over. It's so annoying. So if we take a look at her constellations, we see that she gets more energy. The second one is where she gets more hydro damage bonus to the active character. But other than that, all these other ones don't really matter at all. I swear, they do not matter. So at least 2 out of the 3 characters on this banner will be absolutely cracked, and Goro will obviously pair very nicely with Arataki Itto. Now, of course, if you want Arataki Itto very badly, just roll on the banner. It doesn't matter what 4 stars are on it. If you really like the 5 star on the banner and you really want to get him, just roll on the banner anyway. Get the 5 star, have some fun with the character. And since he's not out just yet, we don't know how good Arataki Itto will be, but I'm going to assume that he's going to be pretty cracked, okay? Especially with his new weapon, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit, because I have seen some concerns online about what this will entail for Arataki Itto. Now, would I recommend this banner? In my opinion, if you're going for Arataki Itto, then yes, I do recommend this banner because Xiangling and Xiangling constellations are so good. You might want to stop at Constellation 4 because that is when she gets her Pyro Tornado increase, so that is mainly the best constellation for her. So that might want to be your stopping point for Xiangling constellations. And then obviously Goro is going to be absolutely cracked to pair with Arataki Itto. But just keep in mind, you are gonna get some Barbaras. So if you do enjoy Barbara, this is a good banner for you. But for most people who don't enjoy Barbara and don't use her at all, at least the 2 other 4 stars are good. So you will have to be aware that you are gonna get some Barbaras while you're wishing on this banner. Now next, let's talk weapon banner. The new weapon banner coming out will have the 5 star Skyward Harp and the Red Horn Stone Thresher, which is Itto's best in slot Claymore. And the 4 stars will be the official bow. I'm not going to say the actual name because honestly I have no idea what it is. And I remember that it's super hard to say, so I'm not going to say it. But after the official bow, we have the alley flash, and then we have sacrificial fragments, Favonius lance, and then the bell. So first I'm going to get the 4 stars out the way. Favonius lance is absolutely cracked on almost any Polon user. You can use it on your Zhongli and it will be good. Your Zarya, your Toma, your Zhangling. Practically any Polon user in the game can use that weapon and have a good energy recharge rate and help out your team. Sacrificial Fragments is the best in slot weapon for Sucrose. It's not really used by anyone else, but it is so good on Sucrose that just by itself, it's worth mentioning. And then the official bow is when normal attacks hit, it increases elemental skill damage, and when elemental skills hit, it increases normal attack damage. It's not really good on anybody per se. It might be good on maybe a main DPS official, but other than that, there's not really anyone that can use that weapon to its full potential crazily. And then the Alley Flash is the second best in slot weapon for Bennett, because it has such a high base attack, and it will increase his overall damage if he doesn't get hit. Which, since he won't be on the field that much, he probably shouldn't. So that's also a great weapon. But then since the weapon banner has the bell, the problem with the bell is I think it would be a pretty good weapon. But no one in the game has a Claymore and scales off of HP, which is the real problem with this weapon. So right now, this weapon's absolutely garbage, absolutely trash. So 3 out of 5 of the 4 stars on the banner are actually pretty nice. And then of course the Red Hood and Stone Thresher is only going to be good on Itto, Noel, and then Jinyan. There's not going to be anyone else in the game that's really great for it, unless they come out in the future with another defense scaling Claymore user, which probably won't happen for a long time. Now Skyward Harp. Skyward Harp is basically universally good on all bow users, but it's not the best in slot for all bow users. Any bow user can use this, Venti, Child, Ganyu, Fishor, Shujo Sora. All of them can use it, but it's not like the best in slot for any of them. Besides Kujo Sora maybe, I think it's actually the best in slot for her because of the high base attack, but other than that, all the other characters aren't really that dependent on it. But if you do get it, you probably wouldn't be too disappointed because you can practically put it on anyone and it'll just be good. Now let's talk about the Claymore. The problem I've been hearing is that if you don't get this Claymore, your Itto is not going to be that good. Which I can actually see, because the only defense scaling weapon for Claymore users is the White Blind, which is craftable at the blacksmith, but no other Claymore scales off defense, and nothing will really help Itto because he only scales off defense and gets more attack percentage based on his defense. So if you don't get the new weapon, you're going to see a huge spike of damage fall off compared to other weapons. So keep that in mind. But we have to wait till he actually comes out so we can see people actually test out all the weapons and see the weapon comparisons to actually get the full picture. So before making a decision on seeing if you should roll for the weapon banner, wait a few days, check out the tier list of the weapons for Itto, and see how much damage you're actually going to lose out on. So, would I recommend this banner? If you're not going for the Itto weapon, I personally do not recommend this banner. In general, I don't really recommend weapon banners because it's so hard to get what you actually want guaranteed, because you can use your pity 2 times before you actually finally get what you want. So I never really recommend weapon banners, and I don't think you should roll on this. So yeah, that's basically all for the banners. Always make sure to wait a few days before you wish on anything if you want to be smart with your primogems. If you really do want Arataki Itto, then just go for it, because you're going to have fun with them anyway if that you do want them. Make sure to test them out in the free testing that comes out every time a new character comes out, just to see if you really do like them. And then the weapon banner, I do not recommend rolling a weapon banners at all, especially with the 4-star selection being kinda lackluster. Like, it's alright, but it's not really crazy or as good as the Homer 4 stars were. So yeah, that's basically all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. To all the people wishing on the weapon or character banner, good luck and have fun with your new characters and weapons. So yeah, that's all for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.